So Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich is free on his way home. Has spent 16 months, right, in a Russian prison. You know, NewsNation correspondent Alex Capriello actually went to high school with Evan. Alex joins us now. So what are you hearing from family and friends?
Yeah, actually, I just got off the phone with one of Evan Gershkovich's friends. She knew him from high school as well. Her husband also went to college with him. They've been closely monitoring Evan's situation since he was wrongly imprisoned 16 months ago. But she says their tight-knit group of friends are ecstatic, of course, now that Evan has been freed. They're making plans, actually, to go see him once he lands in the U.S. She told me they've been getting weekly updates from the Wall Street Journal on Evan's well-being. And when they first heard about the possibility of a prisoner swap yesterday, they, of course, were in disbelief. But when that news became official today, she tells me she had full-body chills and instant tears of gratitude. Similar sentiments, of course, from the friends and family of Paul Whelan. They released a statement not long ago thanking both Biden and Trump's administration, the U.S. Embassy, and many of the Americans who wrote to and donated to Paul while in prison. They wrote, quote, "Paul Whelan is free. Our family is grateful to the United States government for making Paul's freedom a reality. Paul Whelan is not in a Russian labor colony any longer, but he's also not home. While Paul was wrongfully imprisoned in Russia, he lost his home. He lost his job. We are unsure how someone overcomes these losses and rejoins society after being a hostage. We're grateful for everyone's efforts to help Paul while he was away." Two other prisoners were also released today, which the U.S. government says they also were unjustly held. Connell.
All right, Alex, thank you. Some live breaking news adding to this. There's Vladimir Putin. These are live pictures coming in. Now, what's happening here, as I understand it, on the tarmac is that Putin is now greeting, and we're watching this live, the Russian prisoners who have been returned as part of this swap and are coming down the steps there. This will include, I would suppose, see some of the family members and Putin. Let's just watch. We don't have any audio of this, right? Do we, Claudine? Not that we would know, obviously, what they were saying, but just to get a sense of the emotion that's happening. The flowers are being handed out. And, of course, we talked about it earlier. The key to all of this, in terms of Vladimir Putin's side of it at least, was a Russian prisoner by the name of Vadim Krasikov, who was jailed in Germany, charged with murdering a Chechen fighter in Germany. Happened in Berlin back in 2019. Was a Russian assassin, and he's one of the prisoners who'd come back here in this exchange with so many other countries involved. I'm not sure if there's going to be one or more planes involved, because the Russian prisoners be coming from different places. Some, for example, had been hackers. One in particular was jailed in the United States for a number of years. Others, and Vadim Krasikov would be the best example of that, would be coming from Germany. And there were other countries that were involved. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.